Levi from InterNACHI here with another quick logo breakdown. We'll be talking about checklist home inspections today, but as always, I'll start over here with a recognizable logo and sort of explain some of what's going on with the logo. So we'll start with the Starbucks logo, which was initially designed by Terry Heckler in 1971. It started with this admittedly kind of terrifying black and white nightmarish siren kind of monster. And then obviously one of the first changes is it just becomes friendly pretty much immediately. They added another color, and eventually that green was made a little bit darker and they got rid of the black. So trending towards simplification. It's sort of an overlap of like emblem and a character logo, and that the character is the mermaid figure here. One of the cool things about this logo is the structure. The underlying structure is that all of these shapes are made by a bunch of repeating circles, which makes the image more cohesive and makes everything look like it belongs together. Like all good logos, it's designed with an intentional structure that I can just place a map over and sort of show you like how it's working a little bit. Today we'll be talking about checklist home inspection over here. As always with emblem logos, it's good to know going into them that complexity is always going to make the logo a little bit more complicated to work with. With things like embroidery, it might be too complicated for an embroidery pattern, so that might not be an option for you. You might have to stick with print. And that's just stuff that's good to be aware of going into the design process, instead of discovering, later on that there are less options and that you just have less, because that can be frustrating. Some forms of print may charge per color, but in digital printing it's not an issue. But for the forms of print that charge per color, like this is why I provide black and white files to inspectors, just because having a single color option with your logo can keep print costs down if that's something that you need in the future. So over here in this logo, there are two types of detail going on. There's detail that is not relevant, that I placed on the bottom here, that's kind of this intricate pattern thing. And then there's important information, which I placed at the top over here. So the way you use detail and where you put it is important in a logo design, in that you don't want it to be the center of attention. You want your name, and you want the information that reinforces your name to take priority in a logo design. And most of that is about like hierarchy, which is just a fancy way of saying like you're intentionally placing information and the way that the information will be read. As English speakers, we read from top to bottom, left to right, and visually we tend to read information the same way. So with the logo, you start here at the top with this check mark, and then you move into checklist at number 2 here, and then there are like these arrows in this sort of pattern that I built into the pattern itself that push your eye downwards towards home inspections. So just thinking through how you read the information and organize the information, the logo can be important, and just help people to more easily read your logo design. Anyway, hopefully all that information is helpful. If you would like to place an order with us, or if you have questions and would like us to take a look at a logo for you, you can contact us at marketing.nachi.org. And thank you for your time.